So I found something that is causing me some confusion. LinkedIn recommended this advanced gameplay software engineer job at Avalanche Software, aka the developers of Hogwarts Legacy, and who are currently developing a Wizarding World online game, an online multiplayer RPG. In this occupation, you'll be doing cool things like building the gameplay systems and other software engineering wizardry. And while I greatly appreciate the LinkedIn gods for having confidence in my skills, I'm afraid this job is a little too far out there for me. You'll need at least 8 years of experience on top of a bachelor's degree in addition to all of this. May the odds be ever in your favor. Hey, if you think you have a chance, be sure to apply. The worst thing they can say is... Now let's get to the part that confuses me a little about this job. You see, in the job description, one sentence says, "Join the team behind the blockbuster open-world action RPG Hogwarts Legacy as we create what's next," which would make it sound as though you are joining the team that is developing Hogwarts Legacy. However, the sentence directly after that says, "Avalanche, a division of Warner Brothers Games Incorporated, is seeking an advanced software engineer to join our team of talented industry veterans working on a new online multiplayer RPG." Which makes it sound like you are working for the online multiplayer RPG, this Wizarding World online game that we have rumored and speculated on so much. Now, I do think that this is primarily for the online multiplayer RPG, but the two sentences together kind of makes it sound like you could be working for both. Now, on one hand, this could be a mistake, whether by the mortal hands of mankind or the cold calculus of technology. Mistakes do happen, and given that the job primarily talks about the online multiplayer game, that is the answer I'm leaning to. But on the other hand though, this could not be a mistake. Maybe this software engineer is going to be working with both the Hogwarts Legacy team and the Wizarding World Online team, which I want to make clear is total speculation on my part. However, this is not the first time the line between the two projects has gotten a little hazy for me. We know that Avalanche is working on multiple games. They have confirmed this themselves. We know that the leadership of this online multiplayer RPG is different than the people leading on the single-player game. And if you've been following content creators such as myself or Expecto Go, then you not only know about these two games, but you also know that they are completely separate projects. However, what we do not know is just how separate the two games actually are. And I think that question for me stems from them calling it an online multiplayer RPG rather than a straight-up MMO. A massive multiplayer online game is an online multiplayer RPG. However, there are different examples that also kind of fall into that category. The multiplayer modes of Mass Effect Andromeda, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Ghost of Tsushima Legends can all technically be considered as online multiplayer class-based RPGs. And moreover, those individual multiplayer modes were all developed by separate teams, allowing the core team to continue working on the single-player game that the multiplayer mode is connected to. And to be clear, I'm not saying that this Wizarding World Online game is going to be a multiplayer mode that is attached to the Hogwarts Legacy sequel. I'm fairly certain that we are going to get some kind of MMO or MMO-esque experience, and this is evident by the lead activity designer job that was posted some time ago, where it talked about calendar-based events and open-world activities that scale from few to many players, which are both things that are very prevalent in massive multiplayer online games. What I am saying though is that this particular vernacular, this online multiplayer RPG terminology, leaves a lot of room open for opportunity. I also want to point out that while Hogwarts Legacy 2 and Wizarding World Online are Avalanche Software's worst kept secrets, they are still unconfirmed and unannounced. We do not have official confirmation on what these projects are, how they are played, and how they are implemented. So while I'm 90% sure these games are totally separate and totally their own thing, there is still this lingering 10% of me that questions just how big that gap is. What I am 100% sure on is that when these projects are revealed, it is going to be a huge moment for the fans worldwide, not only because of the sheer excitement of it all, but also because of the clarification those reveals will bring. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, because when those reveals happen, we are going to have a lot to talk about. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay, now talking about the channel. Some of you may have seen that I wrote a post the other day saying that I was done with YouTube. And 3 years ago, Hogwarts Legacy is what motivated me to do the whole YouTube thing to begin with. Not because I wanted a career as a YouTube content creator, not because I wanted to be part of any kind of fancy club, but rather because it allowed me to share my enthusiasm about a game I greatly enjoy in a unique way, because it further connects me with a community that is very special. And now that I find myself alone in a city of complete strangers, I find myself craving that connection even more. So I'm kind of restarting in a way. I'm going back to what got me into this to begin with. So we are going to keep Support Crow Legacy going. My number one priority is my education, so I will upload vids when I can and if I feel like it. But until then, as always, be safe, be well, be kind. Bye-bye.